Why do I like playing Super Mario Brothers? I actually find myself asking this question lately after watching pretty much every video game content creator that I am subscribed to that happens to make, Nintendo content in some form, just making endless videos about Super Mario Maker 2. Now, for those who don't know, I don't own Super Mario Maker 2. I have no intents to purchase Super Mario Maker 2. I'm not really into creation games, but more than that, I just don't have the budget right now to get myself Super Mario Maker 2. Maybe I'll own it someday. I don't know. It is on my wish list for me to revisit next year if I could find it a little bit cheaper than the current price. And this isn't me saying it's not worth the current price. Totally different debate. But I'm seeing all these Mario-based videos, but be it about playing the Super Meat Boy stage or whatever people are making videos out there. There's so many of them I can't even keep up. It made me start realizing, why the heck do I even enjoy playing Mario games? Because some people that I've talked to in the past tell me they enjoy Mario games because they feel a sense of accomplishment when they beat some of the trickier levels. And then the levels that aren't as tricky in between are kind of like warm-ups or your reward for beating a particular tricky level, right? You beat a tricky level, you feel great. You get a few easy ones tossed at you as kind of a relief, and then it ramps up the difficulty again. Or sometimes if it's like Super Mario Odyssey or whatever, you have to do crazy things like at New Donk City, jump from the starting area and actually try to complete a jump to land all the way in the city without going across the electric rope like you're intended to. A thought to me that never even crossed my mind. Like, I never played the game and thought, oh man, I should attempt a crazy jump like this. It wasn't even something that I thought would be entertaining to do. And yet I've seen videos of people doing it, and they seem pretty happy and thrilled that they pulled it off. Because yes, it is possible. I'm sure you guys know that by now. It's not even a spoiler. But I don't get a joy out of Mario games. I don't get a sense of accomplishment playing Mario games. Like, the platforming in Mario games is easy. Like, can we just admit that? Like, it's extremely easy. It's not... There's nothing challenging to me about platforming in a Mario game, whether it's Odyssey, whether it's Mario 64 back in the day, whether it's Super Mario World or whatever. And that's not to say there's not some clever designs, but Mario Maker just last generation on Wii U and 3DS really showed you that for as clever as those designs might be from Nintendo, they're not hard. We now know what hard platforming looks like. We got Celeste, over a year ago. That showed us what hard platforming is like. Mario, in comparison, is just easy. And obviously, being easy, I can understand the appeal to me when I was a child. But as an adult, I find myself still enjoying Mario games. And I don't really know why. And I want to explore that in this video a little bit because it's a kind of a self-reflection on why I play games, I guess. See, when I beat New Super Mario Brothers U back on Wii U, I beat it with my fiance. It's the only Mario game to date I've beat playing entirely co-op the entire way through. I didn't feel a sense of satisfaction at the end of the game. I didn't feel a sense of accomplishment. In fact, when the game was beaten, I was kind of upset because I didn't want it to end. I wanted there to be more. And even in the bonus world, and you do all that, you just want there to be more. I'm having such a good time playing this game that I want more. And we never got more. We obviously know Mario Maker came, but we never got more. That was the end of the game. And that's the way I felt at the end of even Odyssey. You get to the end of Odyssey, and there is more. By the way, at the end of Odyssey, you collect more moons, you collect all this stuff, unlock other things. I get it. There is actually more, but then when you get past that, okay, now what? So here is my confession when it comes to Mario games. I don't really enjoy platforming. I don't... When it does get super difficult, say something like in Celeste, I don't enjoy it. I think it's just tedium because you are just playing the game ad nauseum, trying to get your twitchy movements down and just memorize patterns. And that's fun for some people. For me, it's boring. Can I do it? Absolutely. Do I enjoy doing it? No. And I'm of a mindset that if you don't enjoy doing something, you should just stop doing it. Unless it's for a job. Obviously, you have work, you have bills to pay, whatever. Like if I'm reviewing a game for you guys and I end up not enjoying it, kind of like Dragon Quest Builders 2 when I did my impressions, I knew probably 30 seconds in that I wasn't enjoying this experience, but I put up with it because I knew I wanted to make a video on it because I've had questions about it, and obviously something I'm trying to ramp up on my channel are impressions of games. So this was a unique opportunity to play a demo and get some impressions out there and explain maybe why I just don't enjoy this game, but it is piquing my interest for a completely different game in Dragon Quest XI. And I want to do more stuff like that at my channel, where sometimes I do force myself to play something that I know I'm not going to enjoy. Now, Mario, though, is weird because I do enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it for the platforming. Isn't that strange, right? I mean, Mario games aren't really known for their story, so you're not really playing it for story. And if I don't enjoy it for the platforming, then what the hell am I playing Mario for? I find myself asking that question often, but here's what I do know. While playing New Super Mario Bros. U, whether it's the deluxe version that my son now bought for Switch, or whether it's playing Mario Odyssey or something like that, Mario Kart. You can even throw that in there as an example, although obviously now you're getting into different genres and stuff. I just smile. I'm just having fun. Fun that I can't explain. It's the kind of fun that I honestly felt as a kid. When I used to go on playgrounds and go down slides and playing on monkey bars and climbing on jungle gyms, and like you're doing all these things as a kid, and it's fun, and you're not always exactly sure why it's fun. You just know that it is, so you keep doing it. And to me, that's what Mario is. See, I don't feel a sense of accomplishment beating tricky levels in Mario, or a sense of accomplishment beating Mario Odyssey. There was no sense of relief, no sense of joy, I guess, in doing it. But while I play, I'm having a good time. And I think there's just a lot of caveats to Mario that might just be a trigger for me. Some of it's obviously nostalgia, growing up with Mario, all that jazz. I can fully admit nostalgia always plays a role with these older series that I grew up with because they bring up fond memories of times gone by. Like, honestly, one of my favorite games to play, some people don't consider it even a good Mario game, was Mario Land. Super Mario Land on Game Boy, man. I played the hell out of that. That was my jam when I was younger because that was like the first game I had for Game Boy, and I played that thing to death, man. And I don't even think I beat it when I was a kid, but but when you're a kid, things might seem a lot harder than they actually are. Not that Super Mario Land is an easy in compare. I think Super Mario Land is probably harder than New Super Mario Bros. U, but that's neither here nor there. So like when you're a kid, you don't ever sit back and think, man, why am I having fun playing on these monkey bars? Why am I having fun sliding down a slide? Why? You don't think about that when you're a kid. You just have fun. And I think that's what Mario is for me. When I start thinking about the individual aspects of Mario, what makes it great and this and that, like I start realizing I don't really enjoy the platforming. I don't really enjoy the storytelling. But what do I enjoy? I enjoy the world. Of Mario. I enjoy the world. I enjoy the characters. Even though there's not really a story, I somehow still feel some attachment to the characters. Isn't that interesting how Nintendo pulled that off? The sound effects, every time Mario goes, woohoo! Like, it's just something about that is just so childlike in nature, so joyous, right? Like Mario is generally a happy character in Mario games, even if they have sad stories of kidnapping and whatever the heck Bowser's up to this time around. At the end of the day, you still end up in this world that just feels joyous all the time. You're just stomping on Goombas and throwing turtle shells around. Like everything just feels joyous, and I think that feeling of joy is what ultimately makes me really like playing Mario games. It's such a pure feeling. And it's one that I think we don't examine a lot when we play games. Because I think this sense of joy, this pure, just fun we have with games isn't talked about enough. I think we spend so much time talking about frame rates and resolution, which to me as a tech person do matter. But they're not really what makes a game fun. Right? Like, it makes games better, yes. or worse, but it doesn't make them fun. We spend a lot of time at times examining some of the finer details on the storytelling or the characters on an individual basis. We'll spend a lot of time detailing out different mechanics, like the breaking weapon mechanics in Zelda Breath of the Wild, or recently, like Outset Island was discovered that it was basically remade in Breath of the Wild, which is pretty cool that no one really noticed that until this point. There's all these little finer details about the timeline theories of Zelda. And I'm here bringing up Zelda Locks. It's my favorite franchise. But we talk often about these games, about all these minute details. I talked a little bit in the past about Daemon X Machina and some of the finer details of that and why I actually enjoyed the demo despite the performance issues. And I think earlier this year, during E3, I actually said Luigi's Mansion 3 might be my game of the year based on the intricacies of the world and the gameplay. But sometimes I think there's an aspect of playing games that we can't explain, that we just enjoy, that there's this pure joy factor in playing a game, this endorphin rush we get, this feeling of happiness that it shouldn't have to be explained. I don't need to tell you or justify to you or my fiance or my kids or anyone why I enjoy Mario games. I don't have to explain it. I just say, look, I turn it on, I play it, I'm happy. Isn't that good enough? You're gosh darn right it is. So I feel like it's okay to dive into the deeper details. It's okay to criticize games. Obviously, I criticize them all the time. It's okay to want games to constantly improve and find ways for games to get better. It's okay if Super Mario Maker 2 isn't perfect to you and there's things you want to see improved. Or if it is perfect to you, that's all fine. But I think when it comes down to it, we just have to remember that we play games for the joy of it, do we not? Like, isn't that why you play games? I don't know. I mean, some people might be playing games for a research project. Some people might be playing games because they want to be scared, and they actually enjoy being scared. It's what the whole horror genre in movies and video games and all that stuff's about. It's about people who actually enjoy being scared by something they know isn't real, but is still something that can freak you out. There's a sense of a rush that you get from that kind of thing, and I think no matter what reason you play games for, you never need to justify to me why you play video games. Maybe you just enjoy the community around video games more than you enjoy games itself. And I think if that's the case, there's nothing wrong with that. You do you. All that matters is that you're enjoying whatever it is you're doing. So why the heck do I like playing Super Mario Brothers? Why do I like this series? Why is it going to be something I'm probably going to play until the day I die? Because I'll probably find a way to play it with my mind if my hands ever stop working. Well, because I just have a good time. It's fun. And I don't need to explain why it is, because I can't. I've tried. This is the fourth recording of this video. All the other ones, I tried to explain why I'm having fun. And I can't. The thing is, I really don't care. Super Mario's fun and it makes me happy. That's why I play Mario. So why do you guys play Mario Brothers? Why do you guys play any other of the popular games out there, or even unpopular ones or indie titles? Give me your reasons. Well, maybe you do know why games are fun for you. For me, they make me smile, and that's the only reason I need. All right, folks, I am Nathaniel Robochance from Nintendo Prime. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop that like on here, share it with your friends, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or news, or other things surrounding all Nintendo goodness, because that's what we do here at Nintendo Prime. We talk Nintendo all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video.